So we're gonna do the polishing of the frames. So we have here the frames that they are straight from the barrel, and for the best results for the polishing we need polishing mops, hoods, glasses, one sanding file, best case scenario the fine one, and the cloth for cleaning the frames when they are moving from the brown to the yellow one. So the first thing is that we have here the brown paste and yellow paste. The brown paste is for removing the scratches and even out the surface. The yellow one is for the final polishing. On each machine we have adjustability of speed, so the maximum speed is only recommended for the brown paste because the yellow one can burn your frames. So you can go, when you're removing the scratches, you can go full speed. When you're doing the polishing, remove it to 60 or 70% of the speed. Every time before you start polishing, you need to apply a little bit of polishing paste. So you're going to turn on the mops and you take your polishing paste, in this case brown one, and apply a little bit here on the lower part of the polishing mops. And the same thing with the yellow one. And now you can take your frame, if you want to go closer, and you can just start polishing. You're always using just the bottom part of the polishing mop. You never go here because it will grab your frame. So you're going on and you're making small movements, and you need to polish the whole frame. So normally for me, I'm starting on the edges to do all the edges first, and then move on to the back, and the last bit is the front. So one trick, if you don't want to lose sharp edges, or if you want to preserve the sharp edges, let's say you want to keep the sharp edges here on the front of the frame, so you never start polishing like this. You need to flip your frame and start polishing from this edge, because the mops will start eating this edge first, and this one will be sharp. When you polishing with a brown or yellow, always try to avoid direct polishing of the metal components, because it will just make your polishing mops black, and you're gonna remove the nickel plating on your hinges. Same thing when you're polishing the front and when you have the rivets, try to not to put too much pressure, because otherwise you will start removing acetate around your rivets, and then there will be a little bit sticking on the top. So now we can run the full speed. And now we can move on to the polishing mop, and it's better to remove all the brown paste first before you move to the yellow one, otherwise you will get yellow polishing mops contaminated with the brown paste. So first clean everything, and then you can turn on the polishing mops, lower the speed, and here just be careful not to put too much pressure, because you can start melting the edges. And you should achieve nice and fully mirror finish on your frames. There's a one thing that you should avoid when you find that on a frame you have some deep scratches or some areas that it will take forever to remove on a brown paste. Rather use hand file and remove these scratches by hand, and then do the final polishing. For example, here we have some scratches, so it's easier to just remove them like this. It's going to be faster, because if you apply too much pressure with it, or you start polishing way too much with brown, you can start deforming the shape. So it's easier to remove them by hand and go back to the polishing, the roughing one. And you should quickly get super nice surface without excessive polishing. That's it.